Hello everybody, welcome to the next game in the Washington Nationals replay. We are at game 21 and the Nationals have left sunny Miami Beach, Florida and have headed to a little bit cooler area up in the Rocky Mountains as they are traveling to Coors Field to take on the Colorado Rockies. Let's look at a couple administrative things before we get to the lineups and whatnot. Looking at the standings, the Nationals are at 15-5. The Mets are at 14-8. Philly is 9-13, tied with Miami 9-13, with Atlanta finally making a little bit of ground. They're at 7-14. Umpires for today's game, if they're called upon to make an ejection for too many hit batters, Vic Carapazza is at home, Jerry Lane's at first, Hunter Wendelstadt's at second, and Jordan Baker's at third. One player move for the Nationals. Pitcher Austin Adams has been sent down, and infielder Jake Noel has been called up. Noel is being called up, and very shortly Anthony Rendon will go on the disabled list, and they will also bring up Carter Kieboom, but that's going to be when they get back home. Let's look at the Colorado Rockies, because every time I start a new series, I want to give the full rosters for the new team, so we know who to expect, who can play and who can't. Nationals have the exact same roster except for the Jake Noel addition. It's the only change they have. Let's look at their bench. Non-starters for today's game. They have 4 bench players. They have Raimel Tapia, Garrett Hampson, Pat Valaika, and backup catcher Drew Butera. And in their bullpen, they have Carlos Estevez, Mr. O, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the first name, Chad Bettis, Scott Oberg, and their closer, Wade Davis. Those are all the right-handers. I'm sorry, they have one more right-hander. They have actually 2 more right-handers. They have Brian Shaw and DJ Johnson. They have 9 bullpen guys, so they're loaded in the bullpen. 2 lefties. They have Michael Dunn, and they have Harrison Musgrave, who only had 10 innings pitched, so he is a PDF extra player. And this was before I learned how to do the crop PDF thing. So these are old printouts, so that's why the card's a little bit smaller. But now I've learned that trick so that future Inside Pitch PDFs will be the same size. All right, for the Rockies starting this game is Tyler Anderson, another PDF card. He only had 5 starts and pitched 20 innings, so he did not get a regular card, but he is a starter for the Rockies. And the lineup for the Rockies, leading off in right field is Charlie Blackmon, batting second, and playing in left field is David Dahl. Hitting third at third base is Nolan Arenado. Batting cleanup at the shortstop position is Trevor Story. Batting fifth at second base is Ryan McMahon. I'll do it this way so we don't get a lot of the focus in and out. Mark Reynolds is at first. Ian Desmond is in center field, and Tony Walters, the catcher, will bat 8th, and we're having to use a generic pitcher hitting card because Tyler Anderson does not have one. So, interesting thing, in this game, both teams are using the default pitcher hitting cards because Jeremy Hellickson, the starter for the Nationals, does not have one either. All right, starting lineup for the Nationals. Leading off in right field is Adam Eaton. Batting second in center field, Victor Robles. Hitting third in left field, Juan Soto. Batting cleanup at third base, Howie Kendrick. Batting fifth, Ryan Zimmerman. He's the first baseman. Yan Gomes catches and hits 6th. Brian Dozier at second will hit 7th. And there's that generic pitcher hitting card for Jeremy Hellickson, batting 8th. And then batting 9th is the shortstop, Wilmer Defoe. All right, so those things are out of the way. Got the dice. I don't have any purple dice. However, Colorado does have black in their uniform, so we're going to go with the black D6 to go with the white D6, and then for the Nationals, I've got the red D20. It's the best I could do. Looking ahead in the other 2 games of the series, Patrick Corbin will be taking on Hoffman in Game 2, and then Anibal Sanchez will take on German Marquez in Game 3. Let's look at Anderson's performance up to this point via the Strat PC. He is 0-2 with a 3.60 ERA, 10 innings pitched, 11 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walked, and 10 strikeouts. So this game was played on April 22nd, an evening game. It was 46 degrees and cloudy, and they had 20,517 in attendance. So now let's get everything as best I can into place. Make sure we can see the most everything here. I think we can. All right, so Tyler Anderson is going to be finishing up his warm-up tosses, and he'll be facing Adam Eaton, a right fielder. Eaton hitting 256. Remember, he went 4 for 5 yesterday, or in the previous game in Miami. So he jumped his average way up to 256. It was down in the 220s. 4 homers, 17 runs driven in, and this game is underway. That's a 1-4 on Anderson. That's a home run question mark right off the bat. He's a lefty. 1 to 18, it does not pass. That's a 20, so there's no home run check. Go to Eaton. 3-2 on Eaton, and he's going to single past the shortstop or out to the shortstop. So Eaton continues those hot hitting. He's attempt of 2, and nothing's happening. So that'll bring up Robles hitting 169, 2 homers and 6 driven in. That's a 2-5. That's a strikeout plus, and that will get Robles 1 away. So Robles is gone. That brings up Soto, a lefty on lefty matchup. We'll roll in case there's a balk, and there is none. That is a 5-6, and that's a potential error if there's a ground ball. Soto 2-1 is a single to center. That's a 20, so there's no error on that, but it is going to be a single to center. Desmond's error rating is only a 6. All right, so a single to center to get from first to third. It's a -1 to the base running rating. Eaton is a 5, he becomes a 4. Desmond is a -1 arm, that makes him a 3. So 1 to 3, and he will make it. And he does. So Eaton is able to scamper to third base. So runners are at the corners with 1 out, and Anderson in trouble early. Soto does have an attempt of 1, but nothing's happening. So that brings up Howie Kendrick. Rockies looking to turn 2. They're back for the double play. 6-6, that's a strikeout chance. 15's too much. We go to Kendrick. 2-1, that's a ground ball to third. Could be the double play they're looking for. He's a 2, and halfway that makes it a 3. Pitcher adds nothing. The pivot at second. McMahon is a 0. So it's a 1 to 3 for a double play. But they don't get it. So the run will score. Eaton will score from third. And since that's a 5, it will at least force Soto. So it's a 5-4 fielder's choice, as they were going. Well, actually, you know what? I can't say that right away because I'm supposed to roll a D6 since with runners at first. No, the runners were at first and third, not first and second. My bad. They were at first and third, so I'm good where I'm at. Run does score. They can't quite turn the double play. They do get the fielder's choice, but that's a little consequence. It is 1-0 Nationals. Here is Howie Kendrick. Strategy roll, nothing going on. I'm sorry, here is Zimmerman. That was Kendrick that just hit. Kendrick was hitting 429, 4 homers and 12 RBI. Zimmerman 215, no homers and 6 driven in. 2 outs, runner at first. 3-4, that's a strikeout chance, and Zimmerman will strike out to end the inning. But the Nationals pick up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. And at the end of a half an inning here at Coors Field, it's the Nationals 1 and the Rockies nothing. And I'm kind of expecting a lot of runs. 1, because it's in Coors Field, and 2, because you've got, you know, the lesser of the pitchers for both teams pitching. So Hellickson is your pitcher. He comes into the game with no win-loss record, a 5.68 ERA, 12 2/3, 9 hits, 8 runs, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts. And he'll be facing Charlie Blackmon to lead things off. And Blackmon enters the game 319, 6 homers and 11 driven in. First couple batters in the Rockies order have been doing their share of hitting, let's just say. Let's do one more focus here to make sure that we're good. I think we are, but let's just, doesn't hurt to double check it. Okay, sorry about shaking that, but I wanted to get that straight. All right, now I am losing quite a bit on the score sheet here, but we'll just have to live with that. Or I could raise the phone. Let me see if I can raise this up a little higher. That may help to get more of the game in there. More room. So I think that will help quite a bit, actually. So I think we'll go with that. And I think we can still see the cards pretty good. Okay, so go with a little bit higher up here. Charlie Blackmon against Hellickson. 3-1 is a possible error. Blackmon 6-6. That is a ground ball to third. Third baseman is Mr. Kendrick, and he's got no error rating, so it will not be an error. So it is simply a 5-3 ground out. One down. It's going to bring up David Dahl. He's hitting .377, 6 homers and 15 driven in. That's a 5-4. 5-4 against the lefties, a straight up home run chance. That's a 19 though. It's above the 9, so no home run. Dahl 1-5. Starline 3 is a ground ball to second. So 2 up and 2 down. So Hellickson so far has done okay. Brings up Arenado. And Arenado is hitting .295, 5 homers and 17 driven in. 6-5, strikeout chance, 12 is too much. Arenado 6-1, he's going to fly to right, Eaton puts it away. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jeremy Hellickson in the first. So we go to the second. It is Washington 1, Colorado nothing. And leading things off for the Nationals will be Yan Gomes, the catcher. He comes in hitting .293, 3 home runs and 8 driven in. He'll be followed by Dozier and Hellickson, who's using that generic pitcher hitting card. Anderson, 2-5, strikeout plus, that'll get him. So Gomes is out of there, 1 down. For Brian Dozier, he's hitting .242, 3 homers, 8 driven in. 4-1, that's a walk plus, and Dozier will draw the base on balls with 1 out. He's got an attempt of 1. Let's see if anything's happening. Nothing is happening. Now, do you have Hellickson bunt? Now, I don't know what his bunt rating is because he doesn't have a pitcher hitting card. So I guess we go off this bunt rating, which is a 4. So it becomes a 3 because they're going to play the corners in. So it's a 3 bunt. See if he can do a good bunt. 3 and a 3 is a good bunt. The 4 is the first baseman. So Reynolds will field it and just tag Hellickson 3 unassisted for out number 2. Dozier will go to second. There are 2 away now. And it's up to Wilmer Defoe. He's hitting .190, 1 homer and 4 driven in. Check, make sure there's no balk. There's not. That's a 5-3. That's the ballpark card. Going to Coors Field for the first time. Defoe, 1-5 on Coors Field is a Starline 4, which is a ground ball to short. And the inning's over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 Nats here at Coors Field. Jeremy Hellickson back out. And he'll be facing Trevor Story, leadoff man for the Rockies. He's struggling early on, 209 with 1 home run and 9 driven in. So he's definitely struggling. Once you get past the first 3 hitters, the rest of the lineup is pretty much struggling. Of course, you can get well at Coors Field real quick. 5-1 is a strikeout chance. That's a 12, and he will not strike out because that's a 12, but the Coors Field takes away 3, makes it a 9, so he will not strike out. Go to Story, 2-3, and he's going to double to center field instead. So Coors Field comes into play right there, prevents the strikeout, and causes Trevor Story a double. So leadoff double. He does have a 4 attempt rating. It would be a 2 to try to steal. We're not going to do that. You're not going to run yourself out of an inning at Coors Field. You want the bats to go. And since he has no balk or pickoff, we're not going to do any strategy roll. Here's McMahon. He's hitting .191, 3 homers and 10 driven in. That's a 1-6. It's a potential walk since he is left-handed. That's a 5. So it will be a walk. So first and second now with nobody out. for Mark Reynolds. He's hitting 244, 2 homers and 2 driven in. Hellickson a 1-4, and that's a straight up home run chance, and he's a 6, that's an 8. So fortunately for Hellickson, Reynolds has only hit a few home runs during the year, so he's limited, and he misses that home run opportunity, but he still gets to bat. That's a 6-2. He's still going to single past third or single out to third base. And let's check the run rating. To score from second, you have to have a 5. McMahon's only a 3. I'm sorry, Story is only a, well, no, Story is a 5. So he will score. Story is a 5. McMahon's only a 3, so he only can go to second. But we do have a tie game. Just like that, we're tied at 1 apiece. Still nobody out. On the single by Mark Reynolds, that brings up the catcher Tony Walters. He's hitting 203, 1 homer and 9 driven in. 6-1, that's a range play. Infield's halfway, so the range is dropped by 1. Actually, it should not be Walters. This should be Desmond. I got him backwards. Desmond, then Walters, my bad. It still doesn't change the range play. 5-3, ground ball to short. Defoe is a 2. He drops to a 1 because they're halfway. And he cannot get to it, so it's a base hit. It's a single 6, S6. To score from second on an S6, you need a 3, and McMahon has that, so the Rockies now take a 2-1 lead. And Reynolds, let's see, he runs at a 2, and you have to have a 5 to get there, so he's going to stop at second. So first and second now, once again with 2 runs in and nobody out for Tony Walters. He's hitting 174, no homers and 2 driven in, but don't tell Hellickson that, because they're hitting him. 4-4, that's the ballpark card. We're going to Coors Field. That's a 3-6, that's a single to center, and the hits continue. Let's see, Reynolds on a single to center. You add 2 to your run rating to score from second. Makes him a 4. So Robles is a -1, makes him a 3. So with 3 or less, he makes it. And it's a 6. So he is going to be out immediately. The white die is a 1. So the white die says, I'm sorry, let's see here, 6. Oh, he's going to score actually. 6 and a 1. Lead runner advances, ball caught off, and trailing runner out is out. So he will score actually. Reynolds will, because of that 1. He will score. He will score. Because of the 1, he will score. And let's see, Desmond is going to be out because of that 1. He is going to be out. Trailing runner. All right, trailing runner is the leading runner of the remaining runners, so it is going to be Desmond who is out. So we'll call it 8-5 as they throw to third to get the first out. Walters will stay at first, but the run does score. It is now 3-1 Rockies, with runner at first and 1 out. For the pitcher, Tyler Anderson, he's a 4 bunter, becomes a 3 bunter. 3 and a 14 is, they get the lead runner. 3 and a 14 right here, 3 and a 14. 3 and a 14 to 16 is lead runner thrown out, hitter safe at first. So it's going to be a fielder's choice on the bunt, which I call FCB, fielder's choice bunt. And Walters is going to be out. It's fielded by the catcher. I'm sorry, by the pitcher, because that's the number 2 there, and 1 and 2 is fielded by the pitcher. So it's a 1-6 fielder's choice for out number 2. So couldn't get the bunt down. 2 down, and here is Charlie Blackmon. 5-6. Walk plus to a righty, but Blackman's a lefty, so that is a blank. Blackmon 1-6, question mark 7 against a righty up through a 19 is a hit. That's an 11. 11 is a 4 and 19 here is a triple, so that is a triple for Charlie Blackmon. Obviously, that's the Coors Field effect. He gets the triple. Anderson will come around to score. It is now 4-1 Rockies, and you wonder how much longer Hellickson will be around. He was doing so good in the first inning, but having his issues now. 4-4. We're going back to Coors Field. The nightmare could continue. 6-4. Over here. 6-4. Star line 1. Ground ball to third. The inning is finally over. But 4 runs come in for the Rockies on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, no errors, and they left 1 on base. So we go to the third here at Coors Field. It is Colorado 4 and Washington 1. And the Nationals have their work cut out for them. Although Anderson is not exactly Sandy Koufax out there, so there is a good chance to try to get some runs back. But we shall see. Adam Eaton will lead things off. We are back at the top of the order. So Adam Eaton, who singled and scored his first time up against Anderson. 6-3, strikeout chance, 18 too much. Eaton, 3-1, he's going to single again. So Eaton just keeps hitting those singles. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. He just singles you to death out there. He's got an attempt of 2. Nothing happening, so he will stay put. Here's Victor Robles. 6-1, that's a range play. They are halfway, so it'll take 1 away from the infielders. 4-2 is a ground ball to third, so that's going to take 1 of the numbers away from Arenado. He was a 5, he becomes a 4 on the range play. And that cost him his range. It cost him getting the out, so that's going to be a base hit. Will it be a single or a double? It will be a single. So it turns into an S5, or actually an S7, I guess you'd call it. No, it'd be S5 because it didn't go to the outfield. So Eaton will stop at second base. So first and second, nobody out. Back come the Nationals as they try to regroup. Roll the strategy, check for a balk, and there's nothing. We're not bunting with Soto, no way. All right, 6-6 is a strikeout chance, and Soto is gone. 1 away, big strikeout there. And that brings up Howie Kendrick. Check again for a balk, nothing going on. Kendrick 5-3, and that's the ballpark card, so Kendrick gets to hit off of Coors Field. 5-6, but he pops it up to the catcher Walters. Boy, a lot of missed opportunities there because there's a lot of home runs and base hits at Coors Field. He found a pop up to the catcher. So 2 down, and here is Yan Gomes. 6-6, strikeout chance, and Gomes is gone. So they missed a golden opportunity. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the third. It is still 4-1 in favor of the Rockies. And you wonder about Hellickson, how long that leash will be. Hellickson is scheduled to bat next inning, so they'd like to at least be able to get 3 innings out of him. If they can. That's assuming they can. Let's do 1 card at a time. Maybe that's better. Trevor Story, the batter. Story, actually, no, it's Arenado. Why do I have Story up there? It should be Arenado. My bad. Good thing I keep score. Arenado. Hellickson 3-2, strikeout plus on Arenado. Still won't be enough because that's a 6 minus a 3 is a 13 plus the 10 minus 3 is a 3 plus the 10 is a 13. That's a 19. Arenado 1-6 is going to ground it to short. 1 away, and that brings up Trevor Story this time for real. Started everything off last inning with a double. 3-6 is a walk plus. This time he's going to walk. And he's got an attempt of 4, so let's check it out. +1 from Hellickson's a 5. 16, nothing's happening. Brings up Ryan McMahon, second baseman. Hellickson 6-4, that's a double question mark against a lefty. 1-9 is a single, but that's a 12, so out of range. McMahon 3-4, and that's a fly to left for out number 2. So 2 down, and that brings up Mark Reynolds, first baseman. 3-2, strikeout plus, and he got him. So that time Hellickson pitches okay. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the fourth. It's 4-1 favor of the Rockies. And now, what do you do as far as the Nationals? Do you let Hellickson dare come back out for a 4th inning? As poorly as he's pitched, he's scheduled to bat second this inning. So I'm thinking they're going to go to the bullpen. I'm thinking they're going to the bullpen. And it looks like it's going to be Joe Ross. So Joe Ross will be the new pitcher. And we'll need a pinch hitter, and it's going to be let's see here. You know what? They're going to give the new guy, Jake Noll, a chance. So we're going to have Dozier followed by Jake Noll, and he is a PDF cutout, so his card will look a little bit different. So Jake Noll will pinch hit here in the 4th inning. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Nationals in the bottom half, which will be Joe Ross. But right now it's Tyler Anderson facing Brian Dozier, then Noll, and then Difo. 1-2 is a straight up home run chance. That's a 6. That's a 10. It's gone. That's actually a 12 against the lefty. That's gone. Brian Dozier, home run, solo shot. I'm sorry, that's supposed to have been Gomes, not Dozier. Why do I have Dozier up there? Does Gomes homer? Yes, he does. Gomes homers because he's an 11. So that still works. Yan Gomes will take the home run. His 4th of the year. RBI number 9. And it cuts the lead to 4-2. Maybe Dozier can do the same thing. Anderson, 4-6. That's a hit. That's a walk plus. And Dozier will walk for the 2nd time. And now that brings up Jake Noll. He had 12 at-bats on the season, hit 167. Dozier has an attempt of 1, so we'll see if anything's going on. To 2, we're not going to do a hit and run with Jake Noll, I don't think. So we're going to skip that and just let him swing away because his strikeouts are way too high for that. 4-3, and that's a potential walk. 13 will be too much. So we go to Noll's card. 4-3, ground ball to 3rd, could be a double play. He's got a 0 though, so the only double play the chance they have is the bump of the 1 for playing halfway. So this has to be a 1 to be a double play. And it's not, it's actually runner advance. So it's a 5-3 ground out to Arenado. His only play is to 1st. Dozier will take 2nd base, and it acts like a pseudo sacrifice bunt. 1 down for Wilmer Difo. Roll for potential balk, and there's none. 1-6 is back to the ballpark again. So Coors Field for Difo. And we get a 5-5. That's a home run to the opposite field, which Difo is a switch hitter batting right-handed, so the opposite field is to right field. That's a 14 though, so it's too high, and it's going to be a fly to right. 2 down now. Can the runner go to 3rd? Dozier runs at a 5. The right fielder arm Blackman's a +1, so that means he gets 3rd automatically. So he will go to 3rd, but now there are 2 outs. And it's all up to Adam Eaton, who's been a single machine lately. Check strategy, nothing going on. Anderson, 2-4, and that's a straight out single. Eaton didn't even need his own card. That's a straight out single. He does it again. And that's an RBI single as Dozier scores, cuts the lead to 4-3. How about that? Now Eaton's got an attempt of 2, but nothing's happening. And that brings up Robles. 1-6, that's the ballpark card again, going back to Coors Field for Robles. 1-3, that's a single to left field. Now, can Eaton go to 3rd? He does have a base running rating of 5, and there are 2 outs, gives him a 6. Going to left field, though, will take away 2, gives him a 4. But Dahl's arm is a +1, that makes it a 5. So 5 or less, he makes it. And Eaton does make it. Since that's a 1, we can check and see if Robles moves up. He does. He's a 4. That's a 4. So Robles will take 2nd on the throw. So it's a single and a 2nd on the throw for Robles as Eaton scampers to 3rd. 4-3. Back come the Nats. They got 2 in scoring position with 2 down. And Juan Soto, the batter. Anderson in trouble. Trying to get him through this inning. Check for the balk. Nothing going on. 4-4. That is a range play. They're at normal depths, so everybody keeps their original range. Soto, 6-5. That's a star line 2. Ground ball to short. Story is a 4. So 4 or less, Story gets to it. And he does. So Story makes the play, and the inning's over. Nationals pick up 2 on the home run by Gomes, and then the single by Eaton. They do it on 3 hits, no errors, and there were 2 left. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Colorado 4 and the Nationals 3. And we need a new pitcher for the Nationals, which of course will be Joe Ross. So Joe Ross will be coming on to pitch for the Nationals. Anderson will probably be pinch hit for because he is due up 3rd this inning. Well, let's see. Well, it depends on the situation. They want to try to get him 5 innings, try to get him a win. We'll see what happens. Depends on how many runs the Rockies score. We shall see. Right now it's Ian Desmond leading off against Joe Ross. Oh, we need to do the totals on Hellickson first. So Hellickson goes 3 innings and gives up 4 runs, all earned, on 5 hits. He walked 1, 2, looks like 2 walks, and he struck out only 1. Reynolds, the last batter he faced, was his only strikeout. And he's still saddled with the potential loss unless the Nationals can come back to make the score even. Right now Ross is on. He is a 1-0 as he got a win in the last game in relief. So here's Ian Desmond for 3. That is a strikeout chance. 8 will get him. That's a 12. Minus the 3 is a 9, but the 8 still fits. 1 away. Here's Tony Walters. Ross 1-5. Potential error on a grounder. 4-6, and that's a ground ball to short. Potential error on Defoe. His error is only a 2. That's a 19, so Defoe will make the play. 2 down. And that brings up the pitcher spot. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, they're going to let the pitcher hit. 5-1. It doesn't say it. He bats left. He throws lefty, so I'm assuming he bats lefty. And if he bats lefty, that's a walk plus. He walks at a 9, makes it a 19. Even without the walk plus, the 6 is still under that number. So it will be a walk to the pitcher. So Anderson walks, of all things. He walks. And that'll bring up Charlie Blackmon. Roll strategy. There's no pickoff, no bunts. 2-2, and he's not tired, so there's no single. Here's Blackmon. 3-2. 3-2 is a liner to first, and Zimmerman makes the stab to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We've completed 4 here at Coors Field. It is Colorado 4, Washington 3. And now Anderson is back out to try to get that 5th inning so that he can qualify for a win. But he will have to deal with Kendrick, Zimmerman, and Gomes here in the top of the 5th. Anderson can face 21 batters. Right now he's faced 21 total. This will be batter 22, so he is tired. 1-2 is a straight up home run, but Kendrick is an 11. That's a 15, so it will not be a home run. Kendrick, 1-2. Starline 6 is a fly to right. So they're going to try to meander him through the 5th inning despite being tired to see if he can get that win. Here's Zimmerman, 4-5. And that's a strikeout plus, so he's going to get 2 outs. Zimmerman is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. He's got the hat trick. 2 down for Yan Gomes. Anderson, 2-3, and that's another strikeout chance. Gomes, 8 versus a lefty, minus 3 is a 5, so no strikeout. Gomes, 2-2. Starline 1's a ground ball to first. Reynolds has it. Innings over, and Anderson goes 5 innings and will qualify for the win if the Rockies hold on. We will close the book on Anderson because that's going to be all for him. He goes 5 innings, gives up 7 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. Let's check his walks and strikeouts. He walked 1, and he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 strikeouts. So he is the pitcher record for the win unless the Nationals come back and tie the game at some point. So Tyler Anderson, they got more than they bargained for out of Tyler Anderson on that one. So they will certainly give him a pat on the back and say, well done. So Joe Ross is back out as we get ready to start the bottom of the 5th, still 4-3. Joe Ross in for his 2nd inning of work. And this will be his final inning because his spot's coming up shortly. And Dahl will be the leadoff hitter for the Rockies. It'll be Dahl, Arenado, and Story. Ross, 5-1's a walk plus, and that will be a leadoff walk to Dahl. He's got an attempt of 2, -1 is a 1. And nothing's happening. Go to Arenado. 1-6, that's a strikeout chance, too much. Here's Arenado. 2-3. 2-3 is a ground ball to short, could be a double play. They were halfway, which turns this 2 into a 3. Ross is a +1, makes him a 4. The pivot is a 0. 1-4, double play. And they get it. So it's a 6-4-3 double play, just what Joe Ross ordered to help out. Now there's quickly 2 away with the bases clear for Trevor Story. That's a 6-1, which is a straight out single on Joe Ross's card. So Story gets the base hit, and now that double play really helps out. Could have been damaged without that. Story is a 4 attempt, -1 is a 3. And that's a 3, so he's going to attempt to steal. He's a 15, he's a 0, and Gomes is a -1 arm. So it's a 1-14 to steal it. That's 15, he caught him, so he got him. Gomes threw him out as Defoe put on the tag, and that's going to end the inning. So 2 outs were recorded at second base, interestingly enough. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. Joe Ross finishes pitching 2 innings and giving up no runs. He gave up 1 hit, and let's see, he walked 2 and struck out 1. So he will be replaced in the bottom of the 6th, but right now after 5 complete, it's still Rockies 4 and Nationals 3, and we need a new pitcher for the Rockies as Anderson, his day is done, or his night is done, I should say. So let's go to see who they have in their bullpen that they want to go to. Nationals will have Dozier, a pinch hitter for Ross, and then Defoe. And let's see who the bullpen guy is here for the Rockies. Looks like they will go to, boy, they got a whole bunch of them. It's just a matter of who they want to go to. I think they're going to go to Scott Oberg. Yeah, Scott Oberg is on. Right-hander. Scott Oberg. So Oberg is on, and the pinch hitter for the Nationals that comes up will be Matt Adams. So it'll be Dozier and then Adams and then Defoe, as Adams is the only lefty. So we have Adams to pinch hit here in the 6th, or actually in the 6th. All right, so here we go. Dozier, Adams, and Defoe. 4-3 Rockies, top of the 6th. 3-2, or 3-2 rather. 3-2 is a range play at Coors Field. Could be interesting. That's a 3-2 again. That's a single to short. Range of Story is a 4. A 4 or less, he will take away that hit. But he cannot get it. It's a base hit. Dozier with a single. He's aboard. His attempt is a 1. Let's see if anything's happening. Nothing's happening. Here's Matt Adams, the pinch hitter. Oberg, 5-2, and that's a walk plus chance. And he walks at a 7, plus the plus makes it a 17, so the 14 creates the walk. So how about that? First 2 are on with nobody out, and here's Defoe. He's not a good bunter, so they're going to have him swing away. No strategy roll needed. 5-6, that's the ballpark card. We're going to the ballpark card. 2-5. 2-5 is a single plus to left field. So we know Dozier's going to score because everything's a 2-base advancement for the runners. So Dozier scores from second. Adams will go to third. And now can Defoe turn this into a double? We shall see. He's a 3. Dahl's arm is a +1, makes it a 4. He does. So it's a double for Wilmer Defoe. And the Nationals now not only tied the game to take the win away from Anderson, but now they've got a good chance to take the lead with runners at second and third and nobody out. And Oberg has faced 3 batters, hadn't gotten anybody out, despite having a 2.25 ERA and the special Ks. They're going to give him one more chance to pitch to Eaton. No strategy role needed. Infield is, you know what, they're back. They need an out. 2-6 is a strikeout plus, and he gets it. So just when he needed a strikeout, he gets it. Eaton is out of there. One down. Now with one out, the infield will come in against Victor Robles. That's a 1-3. That's a walk plus. So Robles, 8 there. The walk plus makes it an 18. That is an 18. So Robles will walk to load the bases. And now that brings up Soto, and that's with Soto coming up to lefty, they're going to, Oberg's coming out. That's just, he's faced 5 batters. He's going to have to come out. He goes 2/3 of an inning, and they will go to left-hander Michael Dunn. Michael Dunn will be on the lefty to face. Actually, no, what it won't be Dunn. It'll be Harrison Musgrave. Or Musgrave, I'm sorry. Harrison Musgrave. Harrison Musgrave will be on, with the bases loaded and one out against Soto. Problem here is the double play rating on Musgrove is a -2, whereas Dunn's a +1, but his ERA is 3.60 versus the ERA of 7.13. So pick your poison. The infield will play in. 2-5, and that's a walk plus. 2-5 is a walk plus. 18. Lefty is an 8 plus the 10 is an 18. That's going to be a walk that forces in a run. So an RBI walk issued to Juan Soto, and the Nationals take the lead. Bases are still loaded. Nationals now lead at 5-4. And Howie Kendrick, the batter. Infield still in. 1-2, strikeout chance, 14's too much. Kendrick 3-4. That's a single pass or single to third base. Defoe will score from third. The runner Robles is at second base. His base running rating is a 4, but you need a 5 to score, so it's only going to be a 1 base advancement. And now bases remain loaded, and now we know the history on the Nationals bullpen, but the Rocky bullpen is rocky. Pardon the pun. Musgrave came in to get this final out, or get the last 2 outs, but he's faced 2 batters, hasn't gotten either one of them out. But they're going to see what they can do. Runners are at first and second. They're at double play depth. See if they can turn 2. 5-4. Strikeout chance. 11 is too much. So Zimmerman gets the free hack. 4-6. That is against a lefty. It's a single pass short. That's a split chance. So against a lefty, he singles past the shortstop. Robles will score from third. And Soto, his base running rating is a 3, so he has to stop at third. So it's station to station baseball. And that's going to be it for Musgrave, as he couldn't get the job done. Musgrave will have to come out. So now they'll go to the third pitcher this inning. Musgrave didn't get anybody out. He faced 3 batters, gave up 2 hits and a walk. And all 3 runners on base are now his responsibility. Oberg has been charged with 4 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks and a strikeout. So ugly outing there for Oberg and Musgrave both. And now they will go to Carlos Estevez. He will come in and try to get out of this mess. Bases loaded. Still only 1 out. 9th man to bat in the inning, Yan Gomes. Infield is going to stay double play depth. He does have a balk rating, so we'll roll for the potential balk. There is none. Gomes. 5-6. That's a straight up home run chance, but 18, thank goodness for Estevez, is too high for Gomes. He's already got 1 home run. He does not get the second one. So go to Gomes' card. 1-5 is a fly to center. Could be a double play. I'm sorry, a sacrifice fly. He's a 1. But it won't work that way. Let's check the run rating. Soto at third runs at a 3. Center fielder Desmond's a -1, so that would be a 2 or less to make it. And he does, so it's a good sacrifice fly to center field. That will score Soto. And now that's run number 5, and it's now 8-4 Nationals. And now they have officially batted around as Dozier, who started the inning with a single, is back up again. And so now I've got to rearrange all of these innings to match the bat around status. And that can happen at Coors Field. Well, that's awful messy, but I don't care. I know what it is. All right, so Dozier, the batter. And runners are at first and second with 2 outs. Infield normal depth. Roll for the strategy roll. Potential balk, there is none. Here's Dozier. White dot came out a little sheepish there. 5-3. 5-3 is a strikeout plus chance. 19 will get him. So Dozier strikes out to end the inning. And finally the inning is over. And so now I'm going to move everything over to this inning for the totals. So we have 5 runs all earned on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors, and they left 2 on base. So we go to, and that means Musgrave is charged with 1 run. So it is now 8-4 Nationals as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And we need a new pitcher because they pinch hit for Ross. The problem is the pitcher spot is due up next after all this hitting, but they may just bring a guy in just for 1 inning anyway. I think that's what they're going to do. So Ross, again, has been lifted because of that. And let's see what they're going to do. McMahon is scheduled to lead off. So the Nationals will bring in, out of their bullpen, they will bring in Matt Grace to try to go through this inning. So Matt Grace, the lefty, is on. Try to get through this bottom of the 6th. 8-4 Nationals. Grace, 5-1. Strikeout plus against the lefty, and he got him. So Grace with the strikeout, 1 away. Brings up Mark Reynolds. 6-5, that's a range play at Coors Field. 4-4, that is a single to the first baseman. Zimmerman's range is a 3. See if he can prevent that hit. He does, so it's a good play. I don't know if it's scored a grounder to third or a grounder to first or a liner to first. It really obviously does not matter. With the bases empty, there's no other play, so it's 2 down for Ian Desmond. 1-4, and against a lefty that would be a single, but against a righty there's nothing, it's blank. Go to Desmond, 3-5, that's a fly to right. So Matt Grace pitches his 1 inning and gives up nothing. So nice outing there for Matt Grace. And actually Joe Ross is the one right now who would be the beneficiary of a win if the score remains like it is. Grace will come out because he's going to be pinch hit for in the top of the 7th. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 8-4 Nationals. And like I said, the pitcher spot is due up. So Michael Taylor is going to pinch hit for the Nationals. He will lead things off. And Estevez faced 2 batters, so he's going to stay in there and see if he can get Michael Taylor out to start the inning. Top of the 7th, 8-4. Estevez, 4-2 is a walk plus, and that will be a leadoff walk to Michael Taylor. He's got an attempt of 6, so let's see if he can get it. He does, and his stolen base is a 20. Nothing on Estevez, and Walters is a -1, makes him a 19, a 1-19. And it's a 16, so he's in there. Stolen base for Michael Taylor. He steals second. He's in scoring position for Wilmer Defoe. So Wilmer Defoe, the batter. Check for a balk. There is none. Estevez, 5-6, and that's a straight up home run chance. He's a 3, that's a 3. Defoe has gone deep for the 2nd time. He's already got 2 home runs this season. He had 2 all year. and he's got 2 already here in the month of April. A 2-run homer for Wilmer Defoe. And the Nationals now lead at 10-4, good buddy. And that's going to be it for Estevez. He has to come out. And they will go to a lefty, the other lefty in their bullpen, Michael Dunn, because we got 2 out of 3 lefties coming up. So Michael Dunn will be on. And it really doesn't matter who the Rockies are bringing on. They're just getting clobbered as they bring them on. Let's see, a third of an inning, or is that 2/3 of, yeah, 2/3 of an inning. 2/3 of an inning, and he's given up 2 runs and 1 hit and a walk and a strikeout. So now Dunn is on, and he'll be facing Eaton, who is 3 for 4. Dunn, 1-5 is a strikeout chance, 16's too much. 6-1 is a double to left field for Eaton, so the hit parade continues here at Coors Field off of Rocky pitching. No, nothing on the strategy roll, so we'll go straight to Robles. 6-2, blank on Dunn's card. Robles, 1-6, he's going to ground to third, and you have to have a 6 to get there. Eaton's only a 5, so he will not advance to third base. It is 1 away for Juan Soto. 2-3. 2-3 is a strikeout chance, but 19's too much. Soto, 2-6. He's going to line it to short, possible double play. To double off the runner at second base on a liner to short, a 2 or 3. Needs to be a 2 or a 3 to get it. And it's a 2, so they do double him off. So Eaton is caught off the bag. 6-6-4 double play. As Story flips to McMahon, and that's going to end the inning. But 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. 7th inning stretch we go. And it is the Nationals 10 and the Rockies 4. That will be all for Dunn. He is set to be pinch hit for, so his day is done. Matt Grace is done. He went his 1 inning and got pinch hit for. So now we need a new pitcher for the Nationals. Let's see who they're going to go to. Coming up is Walters, Anderson. So they're going to go to Tony Sipp. Tony Sipp, the other lefty, he's on. And he'll be facing Walters, a pinch hitter. So the pinch hitter is going to be a right-hander. And it's going to be Pat Valaika. Although he's only a 190 hit. No, I'm sorry, it's going to be Garrett Hampson. He's much better, 247. So Hampson is the pinch hitter. It'll be Walters and Hampson. So Hampson will pinch hit here in the 7th of a 10-4 game. Walters facing Sipp, lefty on lefty. 5-6, hit by the pitch right away. It's a 14, but 17's too much, so he doesn't hit him. Walters, 2-1 against the lefty. He's going to double to left field. He's got a reverse split there. So that's a double to left field for Tony Walters. Sipp's like, I can't get a break. I come in to face the lefty, and this guy hits lefties good. So what are you going to do? Roll for the strategy because there is a pickoff chance. Nothing happened. Here's Garrett Hampson, the pinch hitter. Sipp 2-5. That's a strikeout chance, and Hampson is gone. 1 away. So failed pinch hitting. Brings up Charlie Blackmon. Again, nothing on the 20. Another lefty on lefty. 5-6. Hit by the pitch again. But and this will be a hit by pitch. That's a 3. So he does plunk. He does plunk Blackmon. He almost got Walters, and now home plate umpire Vic Carapazza. Little look out to Tony Sipp saying, be careful, buddy. You're getting close. Now he can face 3 batters. He's faced 3 now, so he's going to be tired against David Dahl, but it's another lefty on lefty, so they want to give him a shot. Runners at first and second. Infield is halfway. 4-3, and that's a star line. See what the star line is. It's a 1, which is a fly to left. We're out number 2, so he's hoping it's a ground ball to try to turn the double play, but that was not meant to be. Here's Arenado. They're going to try to get him through the inning if possible. If it was a close game, he'd be pulled for sure, but with a 10-4 lead, they're going to try it. 3-2 is a ballpark chance, so we're going to Coors Field for Arenado. 4-6, and that's a home run to center field, and it is gone. Arenado, a 3-run shot. All of a sudden, it is 10-7, and the blowout is no longer. So they went one batter too many with Tony Sipp, did Dave Martinez, and they pay for it. Coors Field makes them pay for it. It is now 10-7. That's going to be all for Tony Sipp. So Sipp is out of there, and they bring in Arenado, and they will go to Trevor Rosenthal to try to finish out the inning. So Sipp, not exactly the best. He goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up 3 runs on 2 hits. Did strike out 1, but it's now 10-7 thanks to the home run by Arenado. Here's Trevor Story against Rosenthal. And I forgot to do the things here. All right, Rosenthal, 4-3. 4-3 is a walk plus what's new, and that's a walk by Rosenthal. That's all he seems to know how to do is walk guys. Here's Ryan McMahon. Nothing on this strategy roll. 5-3. 5-3 is another walk plus. So again, another walk. Eventually he will hit something where he does not walk somebody. I'm confident of this. Here's Mark Reynolds, or maybe he'll pick somebody off, who knows. Rosenthal to Reynolds, 2-1. That's the ballpark card. That may be just as bad as a walk, or not, or maybe worse than a walk. Reynolds, 4-2. That's a blank. We're going to the rare play with runners on base. So we'll roll this with runners on base, see what we get. We get a 31. 31 says, with less than 2 outs, shallow fly out to left resolve as a range play. But there are 2 outs, so let's see here. See, that's the thing that gets me. It says with less than 2 outs, it's a shallow fly to left, range play. But there are 2 outs, so I don't know what you do when there are 2 outs. It doesn't give an alternative here. So I don't know if I'm supposed to play it out this way. I'm not sure why it says with less than 2 outs. That has to mean something. Well, that says the left fielder does not catch the ball. Lead runner gets late breaking attempt. So I'm assuming then what happens is the 2 outs is referring to the runner here, but I believe you're supposed to play it as a range play here and see if he catches it or not. So what I'm going to do, it's a range play to left fielder. Soto's a 3. See if he makes it. He does, so Soto makes the catch to end the inning. So I think that's what that is if it's less than 2 outs and he doesn't make the catch, then you worry about the runners or something like that. Where there were 2 outs, the runners would be going and you wouldn't have that problem. But the problem for the Nationals is they gave up 3 runs, and that's going to be all for Rosenthal. He somehow eked out a 1/3 of an inning. Don't know how. Walked 2, which is his modus operandi. So 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the 8th. It is 10-7. Nationals over the Rockies, and what is a typical Coors Field game, it seems. So, new pitcher for the Rockies. They will need that. Howie Kendrick is your batter. So they're going to go to, let's see who else they want to use now. They've used Dunn. They're going to use, boy, everybody they got here is a bad choice. Bad choice. They're going to go to Brian Shaw. So Brian Shaw is on. Brian Shaw, the pitcher. You'll see if he can't calm things down here in the 8th, facing Kendrick. A 10-7 ball game. Shaw, 2-3, strikeout chance. 7 is not going to get him. So Kendrick gets a free swing, 3-4, and he takes advantage of it, a single. Single for Kendrick. His attempt is a 1. But in the yeah, we'll try it. Why not? 20. No chance of a pickoff though, so no worries there. Infield double play depth for Zimmerman. 3-2. And that's a range play, so the infield's range going to drop by 1. Oh, that one shot the coop. Let's re-roll that. 1-5. I'm going to re-roll the whole thing because I think this number got changed. So let's re-roll the whole thing. Zimmerman 4-5. 4-5 on a range play is a ground ball to short. So we're checking the range of Story. He's a 4, but it comes a 3 because they're halfway. And he won't get it. That's the second time that's cost him the range. And that puts runners at first and second with nobody out. So playing halfway again cost him. But you got to do it if you want the double play. I mean, it's just the way it goes. Here's Gomes. Shaw 1-6, double question mark against a right-hander. 1 is a single. That's a 3. Nothing happening. Gomes 3-4. That's a fly to center. And that's 1 away. And Kendrick as a 3-arm cannot move up, because that would be a 0 plus Desmond's a -1. So no move up there. He stays put. And Brian Dozier, the batter. And then we got a pinch hitter for Rosenthal. And the pinch hitter looking to be Anthony Rendon. So Rendon has picked up a bat, and that leaves the only man on the bench to be backup catcher Suzuki. But first it is Dozier. Shaw 4-4. That's a possible error. 4-2. Fly to left. Error rating on Dahl is a 3. That is a 3. So it is an error on Dahl, but it's odd, which means it stays an error. Because if it's even, it wouldn't be an error, but an odd is an error. So the odd error, and I believe we're going to check the base running rating to see if it's a 2-base error. Let's check it out. Let's see here. Roll 1d6 versus ABR of runner. If less than or equal to that rate, the runner advances 2 bases, otherwise 1 base. So we start with Kendrick. His base running rating is a 3. And that's a 2. So Kendrick will get both bases. He will score on the E8. Now let's check Zimmerman. Zimmerman is a 3 also. He will go to third on the 2 bases on the E8. And now Dozier, who is a 5. But he has to hold at 1 base. That's kind of weird. That's just the way it is. E8. All right, so unfortunately, Desmond unable to do anything with that. I'm sorry, that was Dahl, E7, not E8, my bad. E7, it was Dahl who had the error. Dahl is the error, not Desmond. It was Dahl. And Rendon, the pinch hitter. So Rendon pinch hits here in the 8th. With runners at second and third, infield's going to have to be in. Shaw now is at his fatigue level, but they want to try to get him, see if he can get out of this inning. That last one was not his fault. Didn't really need the strategy roll. Don't know why I did it. Infield is in. 2-6, and that's a star line against a lefty, but a blank against a righty. Go to Rendon. 5-2, pops him up to second. 2 down. So that was a big out to get. And now he's got to get Defoe, infield back to normal. Shaw 6-1 against a switch hitter batting left. That's a star line. It would have been a home run against a right-hander, which he would have passed. But since he's a switch hitter batting left, it's a star line. And that's going to be a 5, which is a fly to left. And they get out of the inning, but the run does score. It's an unearned run. So Shaw gives up 1 run. It is unearned in his 1 inning of work. And he gives up 2 hits. And nothing else. For Dunn, he pitched a third of an inning. Go back and look at Dunn. Third of an inning, gave up a double. Actually, he pitched 2/3 of an inning. A double. Whoops. 2/3 of an inning. A double. And that was it. Score sheet is a mess. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is Washington 11 and the Rockies 7. So we got a 7-11 game going on. Shaw is out of the game. New pitcher for the Nationals. They need a new pitcher. And they're going to turn to Wander Suero. So Wander Suero is coming into the 8th inning. Wander Suero. In the previous game, he only faced one batter. He hit him. He hit a batter, and they took him out immediately, so he's pretty fresh. He'll be facing Ian Desmond, Tony Walters, and a pinch hitter for the pitcher. And they're going to use Raimel Tapia, the only lefty on the bench. So Tapia will pinch hit here in the 8th for the pitcher Shaw. So we're going to have Desmond, Walters, and Tapia facing Suero here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-4. 3-4 for Suero. Strikeout chance. 4 will get him. So Desmond is out of there. 1 down. Tony Walters. 4-4. That's a foul ball. Suero 2-3. Strikeout plus. He will not get him. That's only an 8. The plus is an 18, but that's a 19. Plus the -3 makes them a 16. So Walters still up the swing. Starline 3 is a ground ball to third, and Kendrick has it. 2 down. Brings up Raimel Tapia, pinch hitter, against Suero. 5-5, and that is a double question mark against a lefty. 1 to 8 is a single. That's a 7, so Tapia gets a single. Pinch hit single for Tapia. No strategy roll. Down 11 to 7. They're not going to run themselves out of an inning. So we're not going to do a steal strategy roll. We will roll because he's got all this stuff on here. There's no 20, so nothing going on there. So that brings up Blackman. 6-5, strikeout chance, 16 too much. We go to Blackman. 1-5, ground ball to third. Kendrick's got it, innings over. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the 9th. It is still 11 to 7, and that's it for Suero. He goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, nothing else, and does get a strikeout. And probably Barraclough will be coming in because all they have left is Barraclough and Doolittle. They really don't want to use Doolittle. So Barraclough is going to be the new pitcher for the Nationals in the 9th. For the Rockies, they need a pitcher themselves for the 9th inning. And they're going to turn to, let's see, you got Eaton, Robles, and Soto, but they don't have any lefties left off the pen. So they got O, Bettis, Johnson, and Davis. So they're going to go to, Chad Bettis, I think. Chad Bettis. So Chad Bettis is your pitcher. He is the 7th pitcher used by the Rockies. He'll be on to face the top of the order. Try to keep it 11-7 without getting any worse. 2-2 is a possible error. Eaton 2-5, fly to right. Blackman's only a 3, that's a 17, so no error there. It's simply a fly out, 1 away. Here's Victor Robles. 3-1, that's a strikeout chance, 16's too much. Robles 2-1, ground ball to second, 2 down. So you see in Coors Field, if you pitch well, you can still get outs. It's just a matter of pitching well. 2-2, possible error. Soto 5-3, Starline 3, ground ball to second. McMahon's a 7, that's a 6, that's an error on McMahon, E4. Yet another error on the Rockies. That will be the 2nd error of the game on the Rockies. We had 1 on Dahl and now 1 on McMahon. Soto will reach. There will not be any strategy roll going on for Howie Kendrick. 3-2, and that's a blank against a righty. Kendrick 5-3. I'm sorry, 5-3 over here. Ground ball back to the pitcher, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and a man left. So Bettis goes 1 inning and gives up nothing. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Rockies. They trail 11-7. They will have Dahl, Arenado, and Story, the heart of the order, coming up against Kyle Barraclough. Kyle Barraclough will be on to try to close it down. It's not a save situation. Doolittle is in the bullpen. Light tossing if required. But they really rather not go there. They really rather have Barraclough finish it out. So Barraclough will be on. And it's going to be Dahl, the first batter. 1-4. That's a straight up home run. He's a 9. That's an 8. It's gone. David Dahl, a home run. And all of a sudden it's 11-8. So right off the bat, Bear Claw gives up the long ball. Got to keep an eye on him. Here's Arenado. What did you think? There'd be a 1-2-3 inning in the inside pitch 2019 Washington Nationals replay? No way. 5-6 walk plus. That'll be a walk. So not only is it not a 1-2-3 inning, now we're getting some runners on base. They're not going to try a strategy roll down 11-8 in the 9th. They're going to keep it going. We'll roll for a potential balk, and there is none. Here's Story. Infield is at double play depth. 3-4. That's potential wild pitch. He's up to a 15, but that's a 16, so no wild pitch. Go back to Bear Claw. 2-4. Strikeout chance. That's a 6, and he gets Trevor Story out number 1. That'll bring up Ryan McMahon. Roll the strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Bear Claw. 3-4. Another wild pitch. This time he does uncork it. Wild pitch. Moves the runner to second base. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Bear Claw. 6-5. Strikeout plus. So he gets him. So that's 2 outs. And now they're down to their final out. Mark Reynolds. Last chance for the Rockies. Nothing on the strategy roll. 6-1. That's a home run question mark. 16 will fail that check. So we go to Reynolds. 4-5. Liner to short. Ball game is over. Defoe snatches it. And thank heavens for the Nationals' sake that this game didn't go any further, because they were whittling down their pitching staff. So Coors Field strikes with some heavy artillery. 1 run for the Rockies on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Final score, the Nationals win it by the score of 11-8. And let's figure out, I believe Ross, I figured out, is the winning pitcher. He is now 2-0. There is no save. Let's see who the loss goes to. The loss, whoops. The loss would go to, I believe it goes to Oberg, gets the loss. I don't know what his record is, but Oberg takes the loss. He is the losing pitcher. All right, gory details here for the Nationals. Let's see, 4, 7, 11. I got the Nationals for 15 hits and no errors. Rockies had 2 errors. I've got Nationals for 6, 10. I've got them for 11 left on base. Rockies I have for 6, 10 hits and 7 left on. These are all unofficial, so I put them in the computer. I'm just kind of doing it off the cuff. So here we are from Coors Field. The Nationals continue their winning ways. Remember, they were 19-31 in real life, but now they are 16-5. Unbelievable. They just keep winning and finding ways to do it. And they did it with a humongous 5-run 6th inning to come back and take the lead. And they win it 11-8. They hang on to win it. 11-15, 0-11 for the Nationals. 8-10 and 2 with 7 left on for the Rockies. So another interesting one here on the Nationals replay. I think I'm just going to upload this one. I don't think I'm going to mess with the premiere on this one, because it wasn't a thriller all the way, kind of, or thriller at the end kind of thing. It's just a game. So I'm going to probably just let that go as is. We'll just upload that and see where we go. So the next game in the schedule will be the second game of the series, and it'll be Patrick Corbin for the Nationals against the Rockies' Jeff Hoffman. So it'll be a lefty versus righty matchup in game 2 from Coors Field. Rockies now dropped to 8-15. Nationals improved to 16-5. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch, Washington Nationals replay style. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.